Hello and welcome to today's video. Today, we are back once again playing City Skylines, and today, we're going to start on a new area. We're not going to start zoning it, as we do have some zoning problems. Not zoning problems, but problems in the city at the moment. We need to sort out, including the lack of workers due to just the general lack of people living in the city for the zoning that we already have. So, we're working on a bigger part of our city here, starting to develop that up. But we just don't have the amount of people that we need to sort out this issue here. With the people in general that need to be working, we just don't have enough people living in our town. So, we are going to start, though, on developing this little section down here. This is going to become a almost main city part here. So the road, this is a train track, I believe, so we can definitely do something with trains. Here we're definitely going to do a lot of the industry like that, not industry, but transport. So that's going to be that. And this here's going to be like a big sort of main bridge. So that there will connect across the road here. Because this area will become, once again, like I said, a pretty big part of the city. So, I wonder if I can get rid of that stuff with like this. Trees. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Get rid of all those trees, yes. Awesome. Honestly, get rid of the trees here as well. So we are seeing a high amount of abandonment here, as we are just not getting the people that we need. So a quick fix to that is going to be something I didn't necessarily want to do, but honestly, it's going to have to be this. We're just going to have to start de-zoning this section here and start really cutting down on the increasing of stores. Just for the moment, as we just don't have enough people here to really just handle that. So now we go here to destroy abandoned stores, and really at this point that's our best bet, really, just to help that, because if we don't do that, we're going to have a massive issue. So I don't really know where the zoning is at the moment, so it's right here. So this here will be... No. So this here will sort of be the extent of our area for now, just because that way we can get more stores, more people like to work, because we need more people in this town before we can expand that. So I'm trying to take this in a better approach than I previously took other building, and that's really the thing. Our last map was not great at some of this stuff. I just tried to build up way too fast for the demand that we had, and ultimately that really hurt our city. So that's why today, as I build out down here, it's definitely not me saying this is what we're doing today as like, you know, okay, this is going to be our new town. It's going to be ready in, you know, a couple minutes. No, that's not what we're doing. We're making sure that things are set down here for when it is time to start developing this area, which is not now. So I do think we go along here. And honestly, we just sort of keep, like, building this out, because this really is ultimately what we need. You know, we need to get a good area going, but not do it in such a way that just, like, if I zone this to be high density residential, like I intend to do right now, that will just absolutely kill the demand for the city for a while. Because I already started to make that mistake here by zoning all this. So what, do you not have enough heating? You do have to keep an eye on this area up here. We don't have enough heating availability. This building is not, like, able to output enough heat. It's not even the right section, dude. Like, is that our problem? That is the issue. So there's not enough heating there. Now, while I'm thinking of it, we will just run a pipe here, and at least just sort of get it started down in this section. And honestly, while I'm doing this, I might as well just finish it up, but the goal is for this to ultimately become a, you know, major player in our town as the main city, basically. Industrial zone wise, we do need more industry. We have a high demand for industry, so industry though can be its own little section here in the city. And really just put emphasis on that its own section. It's gonna be over here. Like, I want to keep the trucks really out of our main road more than we ever really have tried to avoid, so Okay, So that section's there now. What we are going to do is a little bit risky here. But we're just going to purely do a highway ramp there. If you want to exit, you go here. It raises up. It's going to continue along through here for a couple of seconds. Maybe go around this until we can get a solid crossover point. The issue just is supports, dude. So yeah, that looks like a yikes, but it's really all we can do. I really just wanted to get it to... Can I do something like this where it just goes up, over, back around? That looks so much better. Or whatever the hell this was. It did ruin our on-ramp, or entry ramp into the city. Switch directions there, okay. So now heating, of course. A key component to this city. As we are doing Snow City, is the heating. Something we definitely did not have to worry about in our previous map. So what we'll do now is begin to connect it now. This here's getting a lot more traffic than I was really hoping it would get. Ooh. What do I want to do? Because it looks like it's mostly regular, like, trucks, though. So I'm not super concerned at the same time. And I guess I'm disappointed that it's not. There are occasional cars using it, but... I mean, this whole thing can, I guess, just get the industrial treatment. Why not? Not super concerned about that. I do require there to be a couple garbage plants out here. And then we'll go to power. Oil. Coal. So nuclear, we will launch some nuclear power out just in this section to power it all up. This here, of course, will create some more heating for the rest of our cities. It is connected into the grid, so that is good. Our city overall is looking very, very nice. I do quite like it. Still getting some abandonment over here, but it's not nearly as bad as we were getting previously when we just saw, like, all the buildings start to abandon. So, you know, a couple here and there abandoning, but for the most part we are getting good on people moving in. And of course, the industrial demand has already been met almost with all this stuff. So a large amount of industry has that demand built up very, very quickly, to say the least. So we're just going to wait till these roads here sort of just develop together, and yeah. So I don't, again, think that there's a train station there. We do have our train station up over here, though. So if any cargo comes in or out of the city, it will come through there. As for down here, we are going to work on, of course, fitting in a train station down in this section as well. That's what we want to have in this area, is a train station. So we'll get a big road and just place it kind of like here. So we want right there. Nice train station. Train line going there. Once again going there, and also further down here. It's looking too steep, huh? I don't understand. Alright. I mean, I get that that's too steep. 100%, dude. So we'll do this till right about here. So we'll then bring in a train station from there. That's losing power, huh? Nope, not anymore. Power is coming back. So actually we can drop these power lines and start way back here. And now we can start doing a train line. So it goes here. Down to here. Back to there. So that's going to be a nice train line that we get going eventually. It will also work to bring people from, out of the area into here. So it's going to get that. Power-wise, I mean, there is power right here. So we can kind of just do this. Kind of the power like that. That should be good. Water, is that not connected in? No, it is not. So water should be connected in. Here we go. A train is already here. Of course, nobody's going to come down here and go up there. At the moment, there's no need, but yeah. Very cool to at least get that started down here for when we do ultimately get the city set up, this will be a very, very nice section. Back to the trees, though. Again, clear it all out. I like having trees, but I want to be able to sort of see, you know, what I'm working with. Oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? What? It's not a disaster. I thought maybe it was like a tsunami that the game just didn't announce. That's super weird. I'm glad that we're not building in this area yet. Because it looks like the water is... Something is very strange with this. I have no idea. So, a highway road is here. We don't really have a highway anywhere else. So that's yeeting whatever's over there as well. It's very strange. It's like something weird happening with this river. It's developing here too, and just sort of pushing its way through. Again, I'm glad I'm not building anything yet. We are going to lose our train line for a couple minutes here as the water starts to push its way through and potentially ultimately flood out this, where it's cutting off the train line. So the train tracks will be deactivated for a couple minutes, but super strange. I'm not really sure what all this is about. It's like the water's flowing two separate directions. The water's naturally flowing, you know, towards here and taking a route to go down, but something happened. I don't know, over here it sort of is weird too, so something happened with this river, maybe back that way, that sort of just is forcing the water to go weird ways, because I have no idea. So now it's going to sort of push over here where we're working and ultimately dissipate, as there's really no direction for it to continue to go. But interesting situation. That's also a thing to know, that the water levels are quite low here next to this river, so the train's still going though. It's actually still taking over that bridge, so not really sure what that was about, but definitely a weird weird scenario. Hopefully that will clear up momentarily and we can get back to at least having the trains operational. Seen a minor pop-up in demand there momentarily for commercial zoning. Industrial zoning is still seeing a slight spike in demand here and there. How's that going? The train line is back active. That's a very, very low bridge, though. That water level is a big concern now that I saw that. So here, once again, Dealing with a couple abandoned buildings here and there. Ah. I don't have any crematoriums, do I? Education city, bit lacking. Healthcare, we will improve it. So we will also get a police station here, get another fire department. Put that out there to sort of alert our residents of potential incoming disasters. We'll get earthquake detection so we know that's coming. Tsunami warning buoy. I definitely want some of those. Weather radar, just a general weather radar. Deep space radar. Ooh. Alright, so how's our trash pickup working out here? We got incineration plants. It's just, it seems to me that we're just not getting, again, enough trucks here. It's a one road to the entire area. Trucks just cannot get there fast enough. A simple fix to that, really. Just running a road here. Ultimately connecting it in there, and just having another way that trucks can sort of hit the city a little bit faster. Honestly, just do this here too. Just another way that trucks can sort of hit the roads they need to be on a little bit faster to help with that. As for down in our new developing area, snowy down here on these roads, it looks like, so that's a bit of an issue, but I really want to start by putting in our main things down here in this city. I don't know what that's under. I forgot what category. It's under heating? No. That's a boiler station. Like, I don't remember.
Warning. Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
So, do you have an earthquake warning?
An earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
So it looks like the earthquake popped off here. Good that it didn't really strike our city. It's obviously a problem that we don't need to be dealing with for sure. So definitely glad to definitely glad it's just an earthquake too, was sort of off the side, not like a meteor strike in the city or something crazy. Alright, so once again, these things kind of do create problems. The fact that the cables connected them on the wrong side. So essentially that's our cable car line. So there we go. We should be able to start getting cable cars to head up that way. What is that in? It's not in that. It's not in zoning, obviously. Is it in roads? It's probably in roads. Yeah, so let's see if this plow hits that road, what's going to happen? Is that road now going to be, like, usable again? Is that kind of what the snow dump does? That is exactly what the snow dump does. Awesome. So that is good to see. We do have a bunch of those issues, though. There's a fire up over here in the industrial zone. That's an issue. This is just burning because there's no fire trucks able to get to it. Is that actually the issue? Yeah. Where is the fire trucks? Here they are. Come on, plow trucks, get out there. You're going the wrong way, dude. Alright, now the fire helicopter's going. Alright, so you need water. Definitely a lot more to manage with that in it than you'd expect. So no power there, and there's no roadway connecting to that, so you can imagine there's absolutely zero use for taking a cable car. So again, no demands yet for anything. Of course, we still need more people to move in. So we're going to start looking at developing up some of this area here, including a big Ferris wheel by the water. I think that would look nice. What is this? Hypermarket? TripX launch site. Television station. Definitely something's gonna pop off down here. But again, we need to start also figuring out how we're gonna get the road down there. So this here says the slope is too steep, huh? Alright, either way though, I'm gonna pause. And I'm really gonna start just flattening this area out. It's really all we can do. And now we'll just go in here and kind of just level it all off, level it all into the ground, and hope that that sort of just works from there, but... I really do not have high hopes for this one, that's for sure. Ooh, that is just... that is so steep. How do we fix this, dude? Like... Like, if we're gonna make it work, this is gonna have to be, like, the level that it's at. This is just so difficult to, like, sort out what we're doing here. We're just pushing back so much mountain. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's see if we can finally get this thing connected in. It's gonna be a tough ask to get this all built in, but... I mean, so essentially... we need to really, really soften up this area, first of all, just to make it, like, look good. And then second of all, like... I mean, I don't really care what I make it out of at the moment, like, just to make it work. Now that's like a terrible highway. Absolutely garbage highway. But it's genuinely what we have to do at the moment. So, it's unfortunate that it has to be our highway, because it's... What? That's definitely not something we would want, but... You know, it's kind of the reality of the situation that... that's really all we can do with it. So let's see how that looks with trucks on it. Oh my god. Yikes, dude. Like, it's all mostly normal. Then you get to this, and it's just like, who the hell laid that out like that, dude? That'll definitely cause issues when it gets to be a normal city section further down. So that needs electricity. We'll give that electricity. The fire looks like it has been extinguished over here, whatever building it was. Which is good. So yeah, this place is starting to come together a little bit. Large amount of traffic entering the city. Not sure why it's such a holdup. Maybe because we go from like... It's only 4 lanes to 3. I don't really think it's that big of a holdup. See, this here is what caused the problem. If you all just go, it'd be such like a bigger... to fix it. Plus with these plow trucks, it just adds more traffic to the road. Like, it's gonna be an absolute insane nightmare when this area gets set up down here. So yeah, we'll go here. I mean, I don't really care how that part looks because I just want the circle. That's all I want is the circle. So I will take the circle because I want to get and now we can just do this. I mean, it can't really be a highway road, it has to be a regular standard road, but we will upgrade. At least when we get down here. Upgrade this portion at least. And then so that's the thing, at least we were finally getting connected to the road there. As for this, we'll stop upgrading. We will stop upgrading and connect into there. And straight across to that. So what we'll be doing is this area out here will be purely for snow dump, garbage, and power. That's what this portion here is for. So snow dump, garbage, power. That's what we get in that section. Alright, dude, just do that. I don't really care, bro. So when we do get this part set up, that will be really the final piece of the puzzle down in this section until we start getting in, you know, people moving in. As for in this section, we'll start getting offices down in here. So there are people coming down here for some reason. Train station, maybe? I have no clue. But this whole area will be a big office space. Essentially an office complex, as the kids call it. So, you know, it's really just all about getting everything lit up for the future. So, again, this here looks really cool. I don't even know if I want to use that for... I may just want this to be housing, because this area looks so cool. So can we get an airport in that spot? Like, I feel like we have to be able to get an international airport in that little area. The slope is just too steep here, huh? Okay. We'll see about that. We will see about that. %, we will find out how accurate that is. Okay. So, that's the thing, because that's where our train line is. That's going to be a problem. We can probably push the land back over here then if we really wanted to. All right. There we go. We got a spot for our airport. Awesome. Now the only issue is getting a road to said airport. Which, hey, that wasn't that difficult, actually. Ooh, do I want to do that? Yes, because now we can do this. So then we do that. The only problem with this is that this is not the... the intended main road through this area. But whatever. That makes that portion a main road. So this here is going to be a functioning, working international airport. Through our area. That's awesome. We got all kinds of transportation in this area now. I'm not gonna fill that shopping demand until residential demand starts to increase, like entirely. Because right now it's just increasing, going back down, increasing, going back down, so that's the thing. Now, I don't even think I want this to be, like I said it initially was, So did I get rid of the train track under the ground, I wonder? Because it definitely looks like I did. Metro, tram, bus, ship, plane. Oh, yeah. I want to do a blimp. No, it's fine. Okay, so this is getting very, very cool. So I'm thinking now for this area. That over here becomes our power plant and our snow dump. Not what I intended to do, I just was clicking and made that road, but we'll leave it. It says here will be a power plant and a snow dump area exclusively. And then over here will become a office area, and then this here can be a shopping area, because this here is going to be housing. So that's our plan for this area. I don't know, dude. I like this area so much. I really am happy with how this road laid out. Maybe if we go here to view info. Yes. So how much noise is a train station? Honestly, that's not terrible. Like, that isn't super, super bad. We could probably do shopping in, like, this section. Thinking this can be a shopping zone, and the rest of it can just be residential. Then honestly, this section over here office space type thing. So these places are going to operate as basically two separate cities from each other. The only thing that really connects them is this road, and of course, you know, this train station and this brings people between both areas. But for the most part, it's its own thing. It's again a very, very high amount of commercial demand here in the city, and a decent amount of industrial demand. If they filled out this entire industrial zone, they have. Okay. How's this working out over here? Pretty good. Not terrible on and off ramps into those areas. Now, how is our section down here looking? They get slowed down slightly by these turns, not gonna lie. But oh yeah, that's massive. I guess I'll have to see how bad it is when they start to enter the city. Did I widen the road here? No, but I probably should. That will hopefully help them flow through there better, because right now they're going single file. Now they can go double file. That should help ease it up. I'm not sure if that's any faster than going that way. But honestly, having two different ways and making the road smaller has helped with this log jam we got here a little bit. Honestly, if I just start doing that, what's going to happen to this section? How well does this handle it, basically? If we pause this, delete that, delete that, basically need to see if this creates a massive backup again or not. It's not that underground is the way to go, because right now, obviously a lot of things despawn because of that, but it's looking quite good. Honestly, how does that work for that? Because that, it wasn't terrible, but it was slowing them down a little bit. So that there, both seem to be fixed slightly, because that's just going to keep the speed up, basically. That wasn't necessary to zigzag around like that. So that should ultimately work out a little bit nicer. Down here, garbage power-wise, still a problem. Industrial demand is increasing, but we do have a pretty big city here on our hands at the moment, up at this section. But as we start to work on doing the lower section, the higher up section here started to get a little bit So to help with the garbage processing, of course, we're going to send an army of garbage trucks once again. Dispatch them on the city like we do so often. And honestly did in the last map, so do that and start just sending them out. Send them out to the city, see what we can get with that. See how much that helps, basically. Along with that, we will also start doing our section down here. So with that, we're going to start with some snow dumps. Begin getting those at least prepped in this section. And again, as this area is going to be a massive, massive section of the city, we need to really, really ramp up production of just vehicles down here, really. Just everything can just start hitting the streets. Garbage trucks, plow trucks. And now we really got to start figuring out power in this area as well, which we're going to use the nuclear power down here. So there we go. As that starts to ramp up here in the city, down at least in this section, we're really starting to see some development, not a massive amount yet. We're still working on getting there, but we are seeing some development begin. Within this area. Of course, we got some great plans of how I really want to see this area develop out, so now it's kind of just a waiting game until we get that industrial demand up, because right now, or that residential demand, because this here, once this fills out, we can start building up some demand there. Again, commercial demand's pretty high, so we can, I guess, zone in a little bit of what I want for commercial, which is going to be basically there and here in this portion of our city. That's what I want for a commercial. That's it in this section, but that will all start to develop up very, very quickly. And we will start to see some things come to life in this section. As for zoning industry, not very high on my list to do in this section, that's for sure. But we will zone industry, at least this portion of the map down here. And then honestly, the rest of this here will be filled in with office spacing. So that will start to take care of at least that demand in the area. So we'll see industrial really start to get kicked down with both office spacing and with that stuff. So let's get at the airport. We don't have any power. And again, a lot of this area we don't have much power. Snow trucks aren't really doing their job yet. They are getting out here though. There's a little bit to clean down in this way, but not much. This whole area here, of course, doesn't have any power, so we are not getting anything out of that at the moment. Of course, we can definitely change that. We'll drop a wind turbine or two just down in the city bit for the minute to really start, giving a little bit of power to the city down in this portion, but it's not intended to be necessarily like the overall fix to the area. That is intended to be getting power lines in, but I think in this section, we're not getting power lines in, but getting more power just in general out to the areas. So this here we will see a power line connect up to the city though. No, I don't want that section to be connected to power through this one. I really don't. It's its own self-done section. There's no relying on the top part. The only connection to the top part is supposed to be through the transport that I put there. Like, of course, there's nothing you can really ultimately do about, most of it, but hopefully we can get a dispatched police car into this area, start dealing with some crime, and get a plow truck over there. So industrial developing over here very nicely. That has started to pop up pretty quickly, actually. Glad to see no office spacing pop up yet. Offices will pop up on this side of the water, on the side of the bridge, I believe. But is what I said. We do have one office building that has popped up, but a majority of it is what it should be as industrial. These sections here currently get powered by windmills. Eventually, we will bring a power line across the water, which will power it up, but my first goal is, again, to get this office space, all that stuff in. So that has no connection to the road. That's a well done road there by me. So no way that's getting plowed. This road here does have connection, though it just has not gotten fixed yet. Commercial is starting to develop down here, looking very, very nice. This area started to pop up a little bit. I'm very, very happy with that. Which that takes me then to, I guess, our next mode of transport around this place, which I would like to do a monorail from the train station to the heart of the city right here. As we have not done a monorail on this map yet. Monorail and blimp will be the next two and ultimately final two pieces that I want to get in here. So the reason that that's going over here is so that we can get a monorail station there. So, wait. So yeah, that is ultimately the plan there. So the monorail station is going to be right across the road here. Almost, wait. That looks stupid. Okay. So now we have monorail track. Monorail station will be right there, right down the road from the train track. Awesome. This bit here can just be standard road. Monorail goes all the way along here. I'm thinking of another monorail station. Maybe right here, though? No. So it's going to go all the way to right here. Not what I want to take all that out, but... you know. Guess is what we do. So we'll get a regular train. Now, actually, I do feel like I could probably get that right there in front of the train station if I tried. I can. Yes. That's the goal. Okay. So now we're just going to get regular road there. I will upgrade regular road here. Go back to zoning. Zone in anything here that I messed up with that. And now we'll go back to monorail. Get a monorail line to go there. To there. And back to there. So now we go to roads. We just do a straight road from there right into there. And boom, we should have monorails running right away. City info. Wait, somehow 77 people died in that earthquake? Wow. Did not expect that. transport routes. Okay. So how many people have used our train line? 130 people. Trams, 46. Tram. Yeah, we can't see the other ones. Buses, we haven't done. Ferries, we really can't do. We got a plane landing at our airport. Alright, so 54 passengers per week on our thing going up. Alright, so we're getting some of this stuff to go here. Alright, so where do we want a blimp stop, basically? We'll get one... that part of the city. We'll get a blimp stop here in that part of the city coming up in the future. That's a very, very steep portion to have a blimp on. Alright, so... blimp pathways... Alright, so this... where are the blimp stops? So this... goes to there. This... goes up to there. This then... heads into there. And that goes from our blimp depot. Okay, so we're gonna start here, right? Line goes to there. Line goes to there. And then the blimp comes back to there. So that will be our blimp line. Here it goes. Look at that. What a way to get around on a blimp. So what issues do we have over here? Fires. Oh my god. What the hell happened here? Holy shit. Why can nobody get to this? That's very weird. That can definitely create a disaster out there. Okay, so we got... somebody died there. Okay. Not what we necessarily wanted. big disaster here for that. Yeah. Alright, so I guess we're gonna have to do with this road. Oh, that's why nobody can get to it. It went two separate ways. What a flippin' flippity. It wasn't that it was a highway road, that didn't matter. Well, then in that case, I want it to be the highway road again. It just didn't tell me that it was wrong because... well, it wasn't. Alright, so I want that to be the entranceway. So this is determined to go that way no matter what I do. Okay. So now we should at least start getting garbage trucks and getting stuff in there. Because people were allowed to leave it because they could go that way. Nobody could enter this airport. So let's see how this is going. Is this backing up anymore? No, it's not. We really did fix the flow without doing that in a different way. What is this? Not enough heat. Is that the issue here? Yes, we are losing out on heating availability. Okay. Well. Heating does have to operate from up here, so that's really the only thing that this city does connect with is water. As that does operate going from down there. Oh my god, there's a bunch of problems up here. We just do not have the capability out there on the road really to handle that. So they're just doing their thing now. We should have our water working down here. We do. Still no garbage truck is going to collect that up yet. Still waiting on police and garbage out there. This has all decided to build around there, so what I gotta say to that is, damn it, dude. But this is I gotta say to that as well. There you go. There's some power lines, so get working. Again, we're really trying to operate two separate cities here. Which is kind of just creating an issue. Because we can operate... So any abandoned building up here... Okay, we don't have enough fire department up here, maybe? Do you have enough fire coverage in this section? Not necessarily. How are we doing on handling of garbage? It's not brilliant. They just don't have a road in there, honestly. That's the issue. Once again, it's really just down to, you know, how can we solve this issue of not having enough garbage collection is just to make another road that really just brings garbage trucks to where they need to be. Honestly, a section like this looks like it can really just start getting a bunch of crematoriums on them. Start just going in, because this section's really having difficulties with that. So I guess this section we can just start to zone a little bit. That should help slightly with the residential demand, as I'm just hesitant to start launching residents down here, but healthcare accessibility down in this sections need to improve. Fire department down in this section needs to improve. And then ultimately, police department. Again, how is schooling looking in this city? Not brilliant. Not brilliant. Kind of was forget about schooling. So I guess to do some residential here is okay. That's my cutoff on it at the moment, though, is this section. Like, this can be residential. I'm not ready to expand any other way, but this will become more residential. Now, the issue here is just we have one main road, which is just getting clogged up because there's so many vehicles going that way to go hit up these buildings right here. That's the issue. It's good until they all have to turn down that little road just to go bring stuff here. So a way to handle that, I guess, is by doing that. That's going to create some intersections here, which I'm concerned about, but hopefully that eases this being an issue. Again, as our residential demand quickly got met here, no real desire to even expand residential further into this section. And, you know, I hit up that decision, or I took that decision with, like, a very, you know, kind of cautious approach to it, considering, like, this could really tank the city if it's done wrong. Like 100% that could just tank the entire city. If done in the wrong way, so... definitely not something that I just decided to do for no reason. Definitely took a little bit more of a decision to just start throwing down things. So once again, expecting trucks to get deployed down here, but just not enough snowplows, I guess, to really save the rest of the city, honestly. So I guess that's another thing we're going to start looking at in this area is, you know, do we have enough plows? Because at the moment, my answer to that would probably be no. Overall, I should start checking our water and sewage availability. As we're still operating off of the initial water and sewage that we were rocking with when this whole map started. So definitely something that I will be checking, keeping an eye on in a second. Just want to get some more snowplows out there. Really start cleaning up these roads because it is a little bit risky out there. And honestly, like, that's just gonna create a massive jam up because there's just so many trucks hitting the road now. So what is their issue here? Not enough buyers for products. Okay. So like a sign to me like, hey, let's start getting a cargo train station out here maybe? Because that's kind of what that tells me is, hey, you know, we're not getting enough buyers of this stuff, so, you know, give us another way that we can start sending this stuff out. So that hopefully we'll just get some more cargo going on the rails there. I don't know if that's what we need though. The continued demand for for commercial is pretty large, so we'll just start another police station there, really just get them out here and start handling this stuff, but none of educated workers. Okay. Okay, so that's the issue there. Not enough educated workers. Interesting. I didn't necessarily think that this could be the commercial section, but seems since there is a demand for some commercial, once again we can start throwing down a little bit here and there. So that whole side can sort of just become commercial. Again, the demand for residential, not massive. So we'll keep that going the way it is. Is this blimp just going to go around the building? It is. Awesome. Alright, so as I just have not really built a big enough grid slot to chuck in all these buildings, we're just going to kind of find random spots for them. Our observatory. Cool spot, kind of in the original town section. Grand Library, Oppression Office. So let's put an oppression. What the hell's an oppression office do? I don't know what an oppression office does, but it doesn't sound like something good. Expo Center, Science Center, Servicing Services Building. The Expo Center, like the museum thing here. That stuff seems like a cool little, like... Again, I'd love to build a little section with just those structures, so... What we're going to do here is... go on to this section here and kind of just build a little section for that stuff. So we can get the Expo Center, and we can even get this Servicing Services Center, whatever the hell, right there. Theater of Wonders, Modern Art Museum. Go on. Alright, so how is power working out here? At the moment, not brilliant. But once again, since there is no intention of building in this area yet, we can start to do that stuff with power lines. So this whole little area will get power, and so will this. The goal is eventually to start bringing power through from over here. So at this point, this does become a two-way road. Yeah, but you have to go here basically if you're going that way. As for water and heating, that will be there. As for power, there are power lines connecting from there. But this whole area is not connected yet into this. This is just the power in this area, so... a little bit of crime happening in here. So... again, nothing is powering from this section quite yet, which is ultimately going to be our goal. So we will run power lines from here down to here, and that's... actually, no, it goes to here. This is our new section, so... that is with the anticipation of powering up this whole area eventually. We'll take out the power lines and the windmills in here, which are just temporarily powering up that stuff, of course. This windmill temporarily will power up this area, bringing power and life to that section that needs it. As for this, again, not really working out brilliantly. So, work on that some more. So far we've had one disaster strike in the area, so we'll see if we get a second one. This here's where the earthquake did its damage last time. This area I'm very, very happy with how it's starting to develop together. Just waiting on a couple more offices to develop here. Then we can start getting, a building or two to develop up here. And that should really start bringing this power to the whole area. Similar concept I'm hoping to bring here. So that way we can use that power to power up everything. As for this, not a great place to have a sewer output, but really nowhere else I can do it. So unfortunately, unless I move the sewer output to over here, which honestly, I kind of like that better. To do just like a higher, first of all, amount, and just do it at a spot where nobody's ever gonna really be. You know, because that's not a spot that you want to have your sewer outputs across from your shopping center. So we'll go through here. And then this can sort of just run straight to there. And then we just start to power that up with some power there. That will power all those on. Honestly, I'm fine with those wind things being there. So that is going to take power from the airport. But you know, we can of course fix that right there. So that's going to look a lot nicer. It's going to sort of get the sewer water out of our airport and shopping area, which we you don't want, basically. So now we go here to garbage. Again, garbage processing isn't terrible. It's just there's just not enough vehicles to get there to process garbage. So we have to do our usual, like, garbage processing road. Which we then just bring somewhere to, like, here. Boom, garbage processing road, awesome. So that means the garbage trucks and plow trucks can both hit that part of the city a little bit faster, which is ultimately something that you want. Another thing we can do is just this. Bring them to here. Let that save. Shoot it out right there. That way we can, again, get more plow trucks and garbage trucks, because it does work for both. And it's kind of off the same road. Get those two vehicles to really just start to, you know, go where they should be going within our city. So now we do have the issue, once again, of abandonment. Not as bad as it was in our last city. I was doing this like every 2 minutes, but I do want to start addressing the water availability issue that we're starting to run into here in this city. Pretty good that I put down 4 pumps, and that was enough for quite a while here. So there we go. That's in the system as well. That's going to start just draining out so much more water for this city. There we go. Alright, so now we go here to heating availability. So the water and heating is, of course, a shared system between both areas. No real need to do your own, like, you know, for both cities, but so that there should start heating, sending out more heat towards the cities as well. Once again, not really sure why this is an issue, but it just is in this city. It's just not enough capabilities to just collect up the bodies of the dead. I don't believe that this is necessary, but to try and just eliminate those icons, I'm going to just put these in spots so they can just start getting out there. Like, we don't have that many dead in our city, honestly. It's been fairly good for that. Like, we haven't lost a lot of people, but we don't have the vehicles out here to do it, to handle that. So at the moment, we are going to invest in police helicopters. There just has not been enough police cars in this area, so we get a police helicopter. The presence of that will be felt very much throughout the city. Over here, we have a flooding issue. Not sure what that is about, but it looks like as I changed the water here for the pumps, it has pushed a little bit of water over the edge and down here, so that is an issue. Something I am aware of now. Something that I will quickly kind of just put a stop to ever happening again. If we ever really try to, you know, if we ever do something with the water there, it will not overflow that much again. Because it will, of course, just rush straight down here, which we don't want. So that created a small problem there, but easy enough fixed to say the least. Any demand for residential that is sticking around, that's what we're looking for. Demand for residential that actually sticks around here. Alright, that's looking good. Because that really gives us a chance to kind of just put residential where I want it. And at the moment, that's right here. This little bit, really where I want residents to be. So that way we can start connecting power into this city. So that's good. We have officially connected in all of this to the grid. It's 100% in, so I think. I don't know. If we can start taking these out yet. But I'm pretty sure we can. Something's popping off over here. Fire? No. Alright, so let's take a look. No, we do not have enough electricity connecting in just yet. Okay. Almost, though. This whole section is connected together. Just lacking a little bit in here. I think we get like a sauna. Maybe that will connect us power-wise. Yes, it has. It has. We're good. We're powered up. Alright. So. Last little bit of power, though. Get a botanical garden in here, and that should be the last little bit of power required. And it is. Everything here down in this section has been powered up. That's great to see. We're finally hitting the marks where this entire city is just connected in. There's a little bit of buildings down here, but that little bit of demand for residential, just what I took, and hope that things will build right in this section where I put them in. Sure enough, they did, so. That's great to see. Now, just to ensure that we get structures built kind of nicely, we will zone in this entire section to be residential. So, any future residential demand will come once this part is fully built up. So it'll be a while before we see more residential demand. Any little bit that pops up will just quickly go fall back into that section. As for shopping demand, we still have a decent amount of area to fill in with that as well. So it should be a little bit. Before we start to see that, there's a lot of death over here, which I don't really like. I don't understand why. I really don't get it. Like, I'm just doing everything I can to really just make sure this area doesn't have that anymore. And it's not working. Whatever I do, I'm just putting down more crematoriums, and like, it's literally across the road from the place, dude. Like, everything that I'm doing does not really work in that area. So hopefully we can sort that out. Yeah. So I'm going to leave this video here. I'm going to let it run for a couple minutes before I jump back in and make another video. I want to make sure that we can get a little bit of demand up, hopefully get this section sort of developed out more, but overall, great video. We really started out in this episode with not much built up, and to be where we're at with it, I'm very happy with all that. This whole section wasn't even really intended to be built up today. It was just sort of like, okay, let me lay out some roads, but things just kept going, and hopefully they will continue to progress. Looking here at the city info, statistically, we're just going up in this, and things are looking pretty good. So, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe saw another natural disaster sort of come in at some point. I'm not hoping that, but there is always about I don't know what the odds are, but probably like 35% disaster rates are set up. So, we'll see. We got lucky that our one disaster, again, was just an earthquake right here. You can see the damage from it, but not many lost, not much damage in that, so that's good. But it could have been bad if it was like a meteor strike here. But yeah, that's that. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one.